What would you say if someone showed you a hammer that, according to some analyses, could be over 100 million years old? Or a crystal skull that ancient legends claim contains power coming from the sky? And what about a ring believed to have given its wearer power beyond the known world? Throughout human history, objects have been discovered that seem to not belong to the time and place where they were found. Some scientists define them as mysteries, others as legends, and still others believe that they may be traces of knowledge and events that we do not yet fully understand. Today we will look at some of the most unusual relics associated with ancient secrets, lost civilizations, and even the possibility that our ancestors knew much more than we think. Are you ready? Because some of these stories raise questions that, to this day, have no definitive answers. This small town in central Texas has a population of just a few thousand people, but it may hide one of the most incredible archaeological artifacts ever discovered. The Creation Evidence Museum houses an ancient hammer known as the London Artifact, named after the town near which it was discovered in 1936. The hammer itself was found in a sandstone formation. According to some estimates, it took about 140 million years for such a concretion to form. If this is true, how is it possible for such an artifact to exist? The hammer was analyzed in the 1980s by two independent laboratories, the Creation Foundation in Australia and the Battle Memorial Laboratory in Columbus, Ohio. Both conclude that the artifact is likely to be more than 100 million years old. Part of the wooden handle shows signs of charring, a process in which organic material gradually turns into coal. There are also signs of petrification, in which wood is slowly replaced by mineral crystals, a process usually associated with extremely long periods of time. Research also shows that the metal head is composed of approximately 96.6% iron, 2.6% chlorine, and less than 1% sulfur. Even more curious is the fact that no carbon footprint, characteristic of modern steel production, was found in the material. For many, it's just an old tool that got stuck in the rock in an unusual way. But for others, the London artifact falls into the category of so-called out-of-place artifacts, objects that seem like they shouldn't exist. The next mystery takes us to the islands off Papua New Guinea. According to ancient legend, tribal leaders sailed across the Pacific Ocean, carrying with them a highly revered crystal skull of their ancestors. Today, this skull, known as Synergy, is kept by Sherry Whitfield. She says that when she received it, she knew only a small part of its history. According to legend, the skull traveled through Hawaii and Easter Island and was associated with the so-called Sky People. In the 17th century, the skull was given to a young nun in Peru. On her deathbed, she entrusted it to a local family, asking them to keep it until the right person came along. In the year 2005, a representative of an Aboriginal tribe saw a photo of the skull and declared that it completely matched the ancient stories passed down in their community for generations. According to local legends, they did not create this skull. It was left to them as a legacy from their ancestors. Legends also tell that there once existed two identical crystal skulls and that a powerful spirit was hidden within them. In Melanesian cultures, there is a belief in a spiritual energy that can be present in objects, places, plants, and animals. Anthropologists call this force mana. According to these beliefs, certain objects possess special power because they are connected to very ancient ancestors. And the more ancient these ancestors are, the greater the power. For local communities, such objects are extremely important and are believed to be able to influence events that people cannot control. Legends also tell of beings who once descended from the sky and spent some time among humans. Then they returned to where they came from, among the stars. The next riddle takes us to Jerusalem. In the year 2013, just a few dozen meters from the southern wall of the Temple Mount, archaeologists made an unusual discovery: a clay vessel with an inscription dating back about 3,000 years, from the time of King Solomon. The find fuels one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. Could this be where the legendary Temple of Solomon once stood? And if so, are there still lost relics hidden beneath the Temple Mount? According to ancient legends, Solomon possessed an extraordinary ring, on which was inscribed a sacred name. This ring was attributed with powers beyond human comprehension. According to Islamic tradition, it was given to Solomon by angels and allowed him to rule over jinn, otherworldly beings. Jewish texts also mention that the king received help in building his temple through this ring. Legends also tell of a mysterious object called shamir. It was described as a small worm, capable of cutting and piercing even the hardest stones with incredible ease. But was it really a worm? Some researchers suggest that this description may be symbolic and that shamir actually represented an unknown device or technology that we cannot explain today. In 586 BC, Solomon's temple was destroyed by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar. According to one theory, the temple's most valuable treasures, the gold, the Ark of the Covenant, and perhaps Solomon's ring itself, were hidden in a secret chamber beneath the Temple Mount. Centuries later, the Knights Templar settled in this place. Originally created to protect the pilgrims in the Holy Land, they gradually became one of the most powerful and mysterious orders in history. Some believe that it was beneath the Temple Mount that the Templars sought ancient relics. For if the legends are true, and such objects actually existed, possessing them could grant unimaginable power. The final mystery takes us to the Sahara, Egypt. About 30 kilometers south of Cairo lies the oldest Egyptian pyramid, the Step Pyramid of King Djoser, built more than 4,000 years ago. It was here, in 1891, that French archaeologists discovered an ancient tomb. Among the objects found was a small wooden model that at first glance looked like a bird. Next to it was a papyrus with the inscription, "I want to fly." The artifact was sent to a museum in Cairo and remained largely unnoticed for decades. In 1969, Egyptologist Khalil Messiha began studying the object and noticed something unusual. Although it has bird-like eyes and a beak, its wings are not bird-like. They are shaped in a way that resembles modern aerodynamic design. They are thicker in the middle and gradually thin out towards the edges, just like many aircraft. In addition, the model has a vertical tail section that resembles more of an airplane's rudder than the anatomy of a bird. Thus, an unusual idea was born. What if this object is not a bird figurine, but a model of a flying machine? In 2006, aviation and aerodynamics expert Simon Sanderson created a larger model of the artifact and conducted a series of tests. The results were surprising. At a certain angle, the model creates a lift force many times greater than its own weight. According to the tests conducted, it has the characteristics of a fully functioning glider. However, one big question remains. How could the ancient Egyptians have created such a design? Some suggest that the model could have been launched by a catapult-like mechanism. Others believe it is a coincidence. But for those searching for traces of lost knowledge or the possible influence of advanced visitors in the distant past, the Saqqara bird remains one of the most intriguing mysteries of the ancient world. 4 relics, 4 mysteries, and 4 questions to which humanity still has no final answer. Thank you to everyone who stayed with me until the very end of this journey through some of the most mysterious relics. Is the London artifact really an object that does not belong to its time? Do the crystal skulls hide knowledge and stories lost over the centuries? Is it possible that Solomon's ring existed and was hidden somewhere under the Temple Mount? And whether the bird of Saqqara is just a wooden figurine or a trace of knowledge that we still don't fully understand? We may never get definitive answers, but it is these mysteries that remind us that the past still holds secrets. Thank you to everyone who stayed with me until the very end of this journey through some of the most mysterious relics spoken of in ancient legends and archaeological discoveries. Is the London artifact truly an object that does not belong to its time? Do the crystal skulls hide knowledge and stories lost over the centuries? Could Solomon's ring have existed and been hidden somewhere beneath the Temple Mount? And is the Saqqara bird simply a wooden figurine or a trace of knowledge that we still do not fully understand? We may never get definitive answers. But it is precisely these mysteries that remind us that the past still holds secrets that can challenge everything we think we know. What do you think? Which of these 4 relics do you find the most mysterious? Share your opinion in the comments. I would be interested to read your theories. If you found the video interesting, support the channel with a like and share it with your friends. This way, you help these stories reach more people who also love the mysteries of the ancient world. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and press the bell so you don't miss the next investigations about UFOs, ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and the most inexplicable mysteries in human history. Thank you for your trust and for your time. Until the next mystery.